And we're live! What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Today is what? Today is March 18th. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. The weather here has taken a complete 180. I've complained all season that we got like no snow. I showed you guys that I picked up a sled trying to channel the weather to produce snow, but today is 76 is the high, and like I got shorts on. So it feels like summer is trying to make its way here, but I'm not too upset. Like, I'm kind of a little bit salty, but I'm already kind of over it. It's nice being able to be outside and not be super cold. Let's see who's all here today. We've got Candyman. Hello. Nomads is in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Did you talk to Joe? Did you talk to Joe? It was funny because when he got out of the car, I was like, he looks familiar, but I cannot place him. And then when he said that he was part of, he was wearing oh gosh, why can't I think of, he was wearing a Positron shirt. And then he said he was on the Positron team, and I was like, I've seen you in photos. I don't think I'd ever met him before, but he definitely looked familiar. Oregon decided to have summer too. Yeah, it's warm. It is warm. Yesterday we were out. Jackson for his birthday got from Grandma and Grandpa Stomp rockets, and so we were out launching Stomp rockets yesterday, and the weather was just so lovely. I did not talk to Joe while I was in Prague, but I am now part of the Prusa team. Oh, that's funny. That's right, because you were working for Printed Solid, and Printed Solid is now Prusa, and now Prusa is running Printed Solid as far as I'm aware from everything. Well, thank you for being here. Tuxedo, how's it going? I think I said hi to Ranch a second ago. Del Mar is in the house. Rod is here. Is that Tulsa? Hello. Casio, Da Vinci. I think that's pretty much everybody that's popped up in chat. Figured I'd listen in and offer answers and help. Cool, sounds good. I appreciate it. So far, it's gone pretty good. I'd say the only issue I ran into was it was a versioning thing when we were tearing down the Mark 4S. No, when we were doing the Mark 4 to Mark 4S conversion, there was a versioning thing regarding the NFC reader, and it was pretty confusing. It said like if you have the assembled one or not the assembled one, but the pictures didn't align with what I had. I ended up putting the adhesive on the wrong side of the board, but because we were just going to the Mark 4S to then go to the Core 1, I wasn't too worried, and I think it'll be fine. But outside of that one thing, everything else has been really straightforward. We'll leak index secrets for candy. Ooh, I haven't even cracked open this bag yet, so I've definitely got candy on my side. Hey, Beads. Hey, Jeff. So, yeah, last week we finalized the teardown of the Mark 4S and started on just the bottom frame here. We basically got the bottom panel and attached the spacers to the 3Z lead screws and installed these guys. I think the only thing I've done off stream, crap. If we need to lube the bearings today, I did actually remember to print out the little nozzle piece. I just left it upstairs. The last 24 hours have been kind of crazy. I've been editing a 32-minute review on the Centauri Carbon 2 that's coming out on Saturday, and then I also have been just printing a ton of Gridfinity stuff, trying to finally organize my chaotic life. So I've been printing out just printing a ton of stuff. It's actually really been quite fun. I do print a lot, but a lot of the printing I do is for videos, and so there's a lot of things that I want to print that I don't get to print because I'm like, well, I need something artsy to show off like detail. But now, like for this, it's like functional organization, which is kind of my jam. So yeah, the one thing I did off stream was install these two printed pieces. They just popped into place. Then I used the included larger wrench to turn them 90 degrees and basically move the pegs so that they're under the sheet metal and can't pop these parts out again. Everything else we've done on stream. So Friday, ooh, that's exciting. Yeah, the game plan with this guy is, initially, it wasn't really the game plan because I wanted to do index, but I wasn't sure what it was going to go on. But I think that was before I knew I was doing the Core 1 conversion. But now that I'm doing this, it makes a lot more sense to me to use this for index whenever, whenever kits and stuff's available. So All right, I did do a teeny tiny, the preparation H tool, yeah. Do you use Fusion? A tiny bit. So we'll change to me real quick. So I have jumped through a lot of CAD software. When I first started playing around with 3D printing, it was like 123 Design, I think is what I was using, which was, it's not good, but at the time it was free and it was enough for me to sort of learn a little bit. And then I used Fusion, and like my CAD skills are quite novice. Like there's no denying, like I'm beginner plus. Like I would say even saying intermediate might be a step up. But like I CAD some functional stuff, I can modify parts, but like I don't want to overcredit myself because it's not the case. But yeah, I played around with Fusion for a couple of years back when I had a student license, and then I think I got a hobbyist license for a bit. And then once they started sort of changing up their license stuff, however many years ago that was now, I jumped over to Onshape, and I used Onshape for a little bit. And now for the last, I think, 3 years or so, my daily driver is Shaper 3D, which is what we pretty much always use on stream to reference CAD. Shaper is paid. It's more expensive than I thought. I think I thought I was paying like $150 a year, and I'm pretty sure that we checked on stream a while back and that wasn't the case. I'm actually curious to see if I go Shaper 3D. Your Shaper 3D subscription. Okay, so I just made a payment on January 22nd, and it was, yeah, $239.20. So it's not cheap. The way, like for me, because of all the YouTube stuff, I just kind of count it as a business expense. I really like the software. I do think that the $239 or whatever I just said, I think it was $239, isn't bad at all. Like if you're using CAD professionally, if you're making money with it, but just to buy it and hardly use it, I would use something that's either free or, you know, cheaper than that. So whenever someone from Prusa says Friday, it's the same as, yeah. Even though I feel like there's been plenty of times where like Joe has teased that something's coming on Friday, or yeah, maybe, and then he's like dropped it on a day that's not Friday, because I feel like I've seen messages like, I guess Tuesday's the new Friday now or something like that. So I did do a tiny bit of preparation. We need to clear out this area just so we can start working on putting these panels together just momentarily here. So I'm gonna move, I don't have a lot of, there's not a lot of horizontal surface that's not covered with junk right now. So let me slide this over here next to the MK4S frame. That's like, hello, old friend. Let's see. Feels kind of messed up. I put the MK4S frame on top of the Core 1 base, and like the MK4S is like kind of looking around at its the Z screws like, hey, he used to be mine. Okay, so the next step for this is we need these guys. And there was a lot more of these little panels than I thought there was gonna be, but I'm pretty convinced that I've grabbed all the right ones. Dude, everyone keeps asking me what I'm doing with the leftover frame. I don't know, man. The Prusa wire has come up like 4 times now. I will say the same thing I've been saying. It's not on my immediate list. I have the Ender wire, and I also am possibly gonna be building the Cyborg Boom, which is like a Core XZ printer as well. But I'm definitely gonna hold on to the frame. So I'll probably do one of two things. I will either end up doing something like a Prusa wire at some point, or I will like donate the frame to someone that will use it for that. I talked to Joe actually a little bit about, and it's funny because yeah, he talked to me about it a little bit and said, what are you gonna do with it? And he did say that like the Mark IV or MK4S to the Prusa wire conversion is the most expensive one because you can't reuse nearly as many parts. Plus I like harvested all the parts anyway, so it's basically just a frame at this point. Okay, so as far as parts go, there are 4 parts here. 2 of them are different, 2 of them are the same. So we've got one of them that's got these cutouts right here. We've got one of them that's got these 2 holes. You can't really see those. There you go. So there's 2 holes right here, and then we've got 2 of them that don't have holes at the top, and they're basically a, what is this, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 holes, like 5 rows. Nope, 2 columns, 5 rows. That's great. Yep. Hey, Robert. I don't think I said hi to Rod. If I didn't, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did, RS. If not, hi, I apologize. I read your name and then I think got distracted. So I've got all the parts. We've got these, so we can move on to assembling these now. So it says, be careful when handling sharp metal. Yeah, knowing myself, I will cut myself because it's always tend to hurt myself. I'm a professional at accidentally. Oh, I did. Cool. Thank you. So many times where it's like my brain can think faster than I can speak things. Yeah, contrary to what you might believe, considering I know I talk very fast. So sometimes I'm like, did I say that or just think that I said it? Okay, so orientation wise, it looks like we want the little cutouts facing us on the bottom. And then it's saying the side, so there's this sort of like lip here that kind of comes down a little bit, and that should be facing upwards. So it looks like this is going like this, but as far as how it overlaps, let's see. Place the front profile according to the picture. Place one of the universal profiles on the left area. Maurice! Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much, man, for the 32 months. How are you doing? Hey, Armor! Let's see. Attach, place the universal part on the left side. Orient the part according to the picture. Yep. Attach the two profiles together. The flange of the front plate, blue arrow, must be inserted under the left green arrow. Okay, so blue is under green. Got it. So this is going like... Got it. I can do that. Okay. Holy cow, 20 months. Thank you very much. Let's do... Nomads gets the squirrel, and then we'll do Hadouken. Thank you for the support, man. I'm doing pretty good. I will say, like, I don't know, like, some people that have been watching me for a long time know this, but, like, I have a horrible back. I've got some pretty bad spine issues from a car crash I was in when I was, like, 14 or 15, and usually once a year, if I'm lucky, it's not more than that, my back just locks up. And it just so happened that Monday morning, I woke up feeling fine. I had some mail to walk to the mailbox. As I was walking, I noticed like that my posture was really bad. I straightened out my back and instantly like it just locked up. I had like stabbing pain from my spine to my ribs. So Monday was basically a wash. I was just ibuprofen and rest most of Monday. Yesterday, I felt quite a bit better. I didn't have to take any medicine, but I still I could feel the pain, so I had to be careful. And today I'm definitely feeling better, still achy, but yeah, it's been a rough week because of that. But all other things considered, everyone's happy and healthy, So Armor, thank you for the 18 months, man. Let's see, what is Armor doing? We'll do definitely a squirrel. Armor is a squirrel. We'll do air horn there. And Tuxedo with the 13 months. I'm gonna get complaints. We'll do Doe and Squirrel for Tuxedo. I'm gonna get complaints about the sound effects. So every time someone watches the reruns of the streams, it's like, oh, the sound effects. I'm like, you had to be there, man. Okay, so we're using M3x4 RT, which I believe are, yep, these guys right here. Oops, I didn't mean to air horn. That was supposed to be a scene change. Trigger warning. Oh my gosh. Hey, Raj. Did you see my DM on Discord? No, I have not. Sorry, let me get, oh my gosh, you're almost at 4 years. That's crazy, Delmar. Thank you, man. I'll do that. I do get, thank you, Delmar. Yeah, I am crazy behind on Discord messages. I just mostly got caught up with emails. I was about 2 weeks behind on emails and finally was like, I gotta get done. But this review video I'm working on, my review videos keep getting longer and longer, and I'm not actually a fan of it. Because I'm a squirrel, I don't like incredibly long videos, but I also have this issue of thinking information is going to be quite, wait, hold on. Align the holes, join the parts together. Okay. A lot of the information I cover, I think, is important, and that's why I cover it. And so I don't want to just to make a video shorter, I don't want to cut out information. So it's been this weird balance, and because printers are getting so much more involved and complicated, and a lot of them are having sort of multicolor add-ons, I could do a full video on just the multicolor add-on. So it's like combining 2 videos into one. So anyways, I've been really dedicating my free time to attempting to getting this video out. Because I cut back on videos to just every other week now, instead of I was doing it every week for years, and then I was doing 2 on, 1 off. But with 2 kids and trying to juggle everything with Lightburn, Milmage, and YouTube, I can't. And especially again, the videos are just so long now that it's almost like I'm making 2 videos out of one. So I'm working on putting together some topics that will be videos that are more like 10 minutes, that are a bit more attainable for me to knock out at a quicker time. But I cannot bring myself to cut information from the videos when I feel like it's gonna help somebody. So The Homer sound effect. I grew up watching The Simpsons all the time, and it was all Fox 11. I think it was like 6 p.m. my time was when it would come on after Malcolm in the Middle. So I'm back from Sweden. Oh, nice. It was awesome. I sent you one of the photos. Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll definitely take a look. That's right. You were going to Sweden. Was it for work related or no? I can't remember. Hey, Rev. Hey, Steve. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping in. Line the holes, join parts. Okay, yep. So we've got our first bolt in. We have installed the bolt. All right. So according to the picture, place the rear profile with the 2 holes to the universal left profile. Okay. Orient the part according to the picture. Use the flange as a guide. Join the rear profile. Make sure. Okay, so let's see. This is what I need to see. So make sure the rear. Oh God, is under the rear profile. Got it. Wait, did I screw up? Hold on. Let me focus for 1 sec here. Okay, so this looks correct. This says the flange of the front blue arrow must be under the universal profile green arrow. Yes, it is. That looks fine. But for the next one, it is not going to be, it's going to be over it, right? Is what we just read. Let me see. No, it's also on. Make sure the flange is under the rear profile. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's just going like this. Make sure the flange, yeah. Okay, so let me change pictures again here. So for this right here, so this is going on top of this one, according to the instructions. I just don't want to screw that up. Hey, Ballistic! I'm listening on my drive home from work. Hey, Colin, thanks for tuning in. Hey, I went on a holiday. Oh, dude, even better, man. You get to eat some yummy food? I hope so. All right, I'm trying not to over tighten these as well. I mean, like, it is metal, but it is sheet metal. And I've been known to, in Steve terminology, do at least one too many ugga-duggas. So I'm trying to not do that. It's plenty tight. Plenty tight. Oh, and completely unrelated to 3D printing news. Last week I said that I got a fish tank stand that had just got delivered, and I was like really excited to get this big tank set up. Well, I was like 60% done building the fish tank stand, and one of the like self-tapping wood screws blew out a wall in the particle board. So instead of I'm just gonna show you guys this really quick. Instead of using that, it's going back. I did a lot of research, and pretty much all the stands you can buy that aren't insanely expensive are using particle board. And particle board is okay, but it's not very strong compared to obviously solid wood. And if you get water on it, it just sort of like falls apart. Granted, most of it is sealed, but it's not fully sealed in all areas. And I remember when I had a tank like 12 years ago during a vacuum, like a cleaning session where I was siphoning water out to do a water change, like water just sometimes does get around it. So this is not my design. This is a design that I found the drawings for, and basically took it into, since we were talking about Shaper 3D, I took all of it, I brought it into Shaper 3D and made a 3D model out of it. So the only things that are going to be different, let me see, plywood panels, we're missing something on here. There's the back panel. So there will be like 2 hinge doors on here. Also, I didn't own a jigsaw, so I just put squares here, but because I picked up a jigsaw now, this will be a single piece of ply that I'll basically notch out and sort of puzzle piece in here. And then, so yeah, there'll be hinge doors. And then the last thing I'm gonna play around with is getting some crown molding or something like that, and seeing what it looks like if I cut crown molding around the top port here. It's going in the living room, which is why I want it to look kind of fancy or nice. And so building it will be one part of it, but then the second part will be sanding it down and either painting it or staining the whole thing. So Yeah, particle board and water does not mix. I watched some videos and saw some Reddit stuff, but yeah, so this is pretty happy with how this looks. I think it'll be quite nice. How many gallons? So it was gonna be a 55 gallon, and then we went down to a fish tank store, and the lady that worked there convinced me to get a, is 70 or 7? I think it's a 75 gallon, where it's basically the same. So it's the same exact length, which is 4 feet or 48 inches. But I think that a 55 gallon, the depth is like 12 inches or 13 inches. And when you go the 75 gallon, it's the same height, but the depth increases from that to like 16 or 17 inches. So it roughly will take the same footprint. The furniture, well, the furniture will be a little bit bigger because I'm building it now instead of using the one I bought. But yeah, it'll be 75 gallon. Even veneer covered particle board will eventually swell if exposed to water long enough. Is exactly what is happening to my office desk. Yeah, the more research I did on it, like I know people use them. There's tons of people that are buying them online and stuff like that, but I have kids, I'm clumsy. I just like, it's a potential accident waiting to happen in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for listening to my unrelated, talk. 75 is a good tank size, especially for, I'm doing freshwater though. I really want to do similar to the tank I had when I was younger, which is it's a freshwater, so it'll be freshwater, sand bottom, live plants, driftwood, and a community tank. Like that's what I'm going for. I do like salt. I mean, I love all aquariums and fish and stuff like that, but it just, I want to do freshwater in this case. So, hey clown. Okay, attach the universal right profile. The rear end is above the flange, okay? The front flange is inserted under the front. So let's see, so, okay, above and underneath, got it. So, above on the top, underneath on the bottom. Okay, so, going above on this side and underneath on the bottom. That's what it says, and that's what we're doing. Okay, let's just get these screws. So I don't know, one of my buddies recommended, I think it was a Fluval. It's pretty expensive, but I know that the filter is oftentimes like the most expensive part of it. Aside from like lighting won't be cheap either, because I want really good lights that will be able to give the light that's needed for the live plants I'll be growing. So I think that I'll look at the Fluval one my buddy sent. When I had a tank 10, 15 years ago, I had a sump underneath. That was what was all my filtration. But I don't, this does have space for a tank underneath, but I don't want a tank that low to the ground with my kids, with my 2 young boys. I just don't want a sump that low to the ground. So yeah, it'll be a canister filter. I just don't have it yet. All right, this is officially on. Nice. Go Fluval FX6. Wonder if that's what my buddy sent me. What's the price on it? The one my buddy sent me, I think, was roughly 200 and some change. It's definitely not, again, it's expensive, but it's kind of the heart of the tank. Like, you've got to have good filtration. I have a Fluval 100 series on my 30 and it works fantastic. Okay, cool. Yeah, Fluval, I like Fluval a lot. I was actually looking at the Fluval Flux tanks at one point. They're just like all-in-ones that my buddy has one and loves it, but they don't have it in the size that I want. Where is, there it is. Hey, Luke. All right, so we got the last piece of this panel on. Attached to universal, we did that. Secure, yeah, okay, it's the same page. Okay, insert the spacer pin in the hole in the front profile extrusion. Push firmly. Use the same procedure for the second. Okay. So... Alright, so there's 2 large openings here, and I guess these guys are just going directly in. Ooh. It goes in really easy until the end, but it's a very satisfying snap, but louder than I thought because of the sheet metal kind of vibrating. Yeah, there we go. All right, those are never coming out. You need an aquarium tank for sick fish, though. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that. Like, I was reading and a lot of people were talking about having quarantine tanks and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I can set up something really small, like a 10-gallon down below or something like that, but I probably would have space for that. I would definitely have to child lock it, and I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. Okay, so we got these used stamper sheet. Yep, cool. Okay, I did take these out. For the following steps, please prepare. So the same screws, which we've got a bag of here, and then we need these anti-vibration feet. Let's see, place the bottom. Yep, I have it in this orientation. Place the bottom frame according to the picture. The front profile must be facing you. Before applying the anti-vibration, wipe the metal profiles with isopropyl alcohol and let them dry. Peel off the later, carefully peel off. Stick one in each corner of the frame. Okay. Got it. So basically, okay. Yeah, so we can do that. I mean, I think these are really, I mean, to be fair, I guess there could be oils and stuff or dust from the factory. So we will just do a quick little wipe down. Okay. Water is 10 pounds per gallon. 10. Yeah. I mean, the stand that I'm building, I think that, so the person that put out the plans does like some sort of like conservation effort with fish, and so this stand design was rated for, I don't want to say I'm exaggerating when I say 30,000 pounds. That sounds ridiculous, but I want to say it was at least 10,000 pounds. It is like, I mean, just to show, God, one last, okay, I promise after this, no more fish talk. But if you look at this, so you basically got, these are 2x4s. So 2x4 here, 2x4 here. So 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 10 2x4 verticals sandwiched between them. There's more 2x4s, but the other ones are just basically alignment 2x4s that you bolt this to, so that way it lands there. So it's 10 vertical 2x4s. It should be really strong. And then if you look underneath it, I guess last thing, there's a lot of cross bracing as well, like way more than it needs for the size this is. It's completely, my biggest concern honestly is once I build this thing and paint it, like how am I gonna move it? It's gonna weigh a couple 100 pounds, so. Okay, let us do this. So I'm just gonna rub isopropyl in this inner area where the adhesive is actually going to go. So we'll do one pass where I just kind of saturate it. There's a little bit of stuff that came off of it. You're gonna break your floor joist. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going, obviously. I'm only doing a 75 gallon, which I don't know. I know that I read somewhere that a 55 gallon fully filled with gravel and stuff like is around, it could be around 1,000 pounds. So I've got to assume it's probably gonna be 1,300-ish pounds. So I'm not going anywhere near like what its max capacity should be. I just figure it's one of those things where I'd rather build it with more. There's a little bit of IPA. It's not dry. Let me dab it. Yeah, that's, so I was close. You said 1,200. That's my guesstimate was 1,300. Okay. After all this talk, I'll be disappointed with the next build. I definitely don't want to do any woodworking on stream. I have very little, because we always like rented. I never had a garage really, so I haven't done a lot of woodworking. I definitely need all focus to not cut things crooked or injure myself. So I will have to show you guys pictures or a video that I take and just kind of show after versus versus showing you guys the build. Okay, so we are peeling these and sticking them. It looks like, I can't imagine, so it's got to be on a flat surface, so it must be right up to where like this lip is, not on the lip, because that wouldn't make any sense. So 30 gallon, I'm looking to move it for a display tank within a shoe station. Okay, let me make sure I put these on the right way. So I'm peeling off the first of our feet. All right, and this is just going edge to edge. Okay, that looks decent. I think I did an okay job there. I do know that I feel like I saw Joel and a couple other people saying that there's like a mod for replacing the feet that makes better feet. So I might look into that eventually. But for now, for this build, we'll stick with these feet. I've had experiences in the past where, especially with heavy printers, and this is a pretty heavy printer. When I moved the box, I was like, holy cow, this weighs more than I thought. That like if you drag them, because of the grip of the feet, it tends to tear away at the adhesive. So if that ends up happening, that's when I'll likely look into some other mod. I can't imagine the carnage of Chaz distracting Squirrel Brain while using... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've got to focus when I do anything like that. All right. Let's talk about all this. It's kind of hard to see. All right. That seems kind of... Nope. That's too far this way. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just trying to get it like up against the edge without having any of it go on the lip, because if I accidentally put one of these slightly on the lip that sticks up off the edge of this, then I'm gonna have some serious wobble. Mod button, yes! I need all my fingers. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna flip this around. Okay, that one looks pretty good. One last corner here. And I'm actually getting warm. I wasn't sure the temp was gonna be, so I did turn the heater on in here earlier, but that is also going off. That is not needed. Oh wait, this needs to go here. Okay. Nope, that's too far that way. That seems about right. Okay. Chat, did you see? Oh god. Yeah, that is... Yes. We will stick to streams with minimal power tools. I think the most I've ever used... Actually, I did use a Dremel. I'm pretty sure I used a Dremel on stream one time to cut something, and that was sketchy, but I feel like as Modbot is getting older, my risk tolerance is getting lower. So, yeah, I no longer do as many silly things as I used to. Okay, this feels good. I don't feel any like obvious wobbling going on. So, nice. Okay. So turn the bottom, yeah, we did that. The front profile facing towards you. So we want the cutouts facing towards me, like so. Ensure the front side of the bottom panel assembly with the two motors. Oh wait, attach the rear side of the bottom panel assembly to each side of the bottom frame. Sure, the frame. Okay, so this is dropping in here. Ensure that the front side of the bottom panel with two motors aligns with the profile of the bottom frame with cutouts. Okay, let me grab that piece I just, oops, crap, 1 second. I'm trying to keep these screws in their labeled bags as much as I can, so I'm not running around trying to measure stuff as more than necessary. Okay, let's move these right here. I'm gonna grab the bottom frame. Okay, so does this go over it? Like, oops. That did not go well. Let me look at what does the next page look like? Okay, so this goes on the inside. Double check no cables are pinched. Okay, so it looks to me like this basically drops in like that, if I'm not mistaken. That's not right, because the right side is not in. Now the front side's not in. Okay, hold on. I don't have to bend the lead screws either. Yeah, it definitely, you were not called upon, but I'm curious as to whether there is a secret to this. Getting 3 in seems to be really easy, but it's the 4th one that doesn't want to go in. I mean, I could probably force it. So that's in. I think I got it. Okay, it appears to be in. It's not exactly level front to back, though. Is it because we're caught on something? Let's see. Nope, that's not caught. Looks like none of our cables are caught. So why? So the thing that I'm not certain of right this second is like the front lip is pretty much aligned with this. The back lip is going down. So like, what is keeping the front up? Maybe it's the steppers? It actually looks the same now that I'm looking at this. The front lip is aligned and the back lip is dropped down. So that seems like, yeah, no, this looks exactly like how mine looks. Okay, place the motor cable inside the center of the bottom frame to prevent pinching. Yeah, we're good. Slowly and carefully lower the bottom panel on the assembly. Yeah, I think I did that. Yeah, it's got the same thing where it's at a slant right now, so it feels wrong, but it is right. Focus on the right corner and right side. Okay. Align the thread and hold the bottom panel, join parts together. Okay. I'm not gonna really show you, I'm not gonna turn this right now because I'll show you guys on the other side, but I'm basically just installing a screw on this side. So we're gonna grab one of these guys. Yeah, once I saw the photo, I felt good about it. It's just going off of like how it looked in front of me made me feel like I was doing something wrong or something was off. But once I looked at the photo, I was like, nope, we're doing exactly like we're supposed to. Okay, so first screw is in. It's probably plenty tight. So we got that installed. I'd line the holes in the base of the profile. Okay, so this is just the back one now. So this is gonna level out this side already. If I can get it in the hole. There we go. Okay. And it's level, at least on that side. Right. Next. Probably the same thing on the other side, I would imagine. Move to the rear assembly. Okay, so I guess not the case. Line the holes in the bottom. Line the holes in the assembly. Okay, so it's just having us go around it. So it wants us to go move to the rear, move to the left, move to the front. Okay, got it. I can spin this now, technically. Okay. We're gonna need 6 more of these screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so I'm gonna build my kit. Yeah, I mean, I will say that from my experience building a few Prusa printers over the years, like the organization of it all is really nice, and the instructions, generally speaking, are really solid as well. Usually if there's anything that's like a little unclear, if you look at the user provided comments or feedback, it tends to answer them. Okay. Is Deanna here? I didn't even see Deanna. Hi, Deanna. Hi, I think, yeah, Caleb was talking earlier. Okay. Okay, just gonna keep spinning it because that's the order it wants us to install these in. That one is free spinning. I don't like that. I wonder if that's stripped. I'm not going tighter with that one. It definitely feels like it's free spinning. That was my concern. I feel confident that I did not just over tighten that. I used the left hand. I did not do more than hand tight, so. As long as it doesn't pop out, there is a second screw here as well, so I would think that would be enough to basically hold this thing in place. Yeah, this one's tight, so hopefully it's not that big of a deal. NBD, maybe? All the other ones tightened up fine. There's just one, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. Like I said, it's not like I can't free spin it with 2 fingers and a screwdriver, but it definitely just spins. So let's not keep threading on it. All right, so where's the side with the cutouts? That is this side. A good tip with these is to start the screw by turning it reverse until it drops into the threads and then tighten it. Yeah, I can definitely start doing that. I can definitely start doing that. Do I have to replace something? No, I don't think so, man. This back one in the corner here like just doesn't tighten down as hard. Like it just spins infinitely now, but it's not like a loose spin. And based off the fact that this seems like it's primarily holding up the platform and there's another screw right here that holds it tight, as long as this doesn't actually come out, which I don't see that happening, I think we're fine. Worst comes to worst, I could probably also take it out and throw some Loctite on it. I'm sure that would help with the spinning, but I'm not gonna touch it right now. Hey, Shrimp Father. You're stronger than you think. Dude. Let's see. Okay, those are all in. Cool. Oh, dude. I'm not gonna stack the gummy bears because we haven't had mice in some months, so I'm trying to keep it that way. But I'm definitely gonna eat a couple gummy bears right now. Well, so let's do 2. It says 5, but we'll kind of space it out a little bit. Oh yeah. Wow. That's delicious. Okay. Woohoo! Congratulations, you've assembled the base. Set that aside. Okay. What's next? Some electronics. Wait, so this, yeah, cool. All right, let me put this guy back over here. So we got some more room to work with. Put the Mark 4S frame back on top. Alrighty. Okay, for the following, please prepare one buddy box, one core 1 buddy box found in the metal parts 3 of 3 package. Metal parts 3 of 3. Here it is. I will say, like, the labeling is awesome on the boxes, but not only is it awesome, like the fact that it calls out in the guide what box it's in, like the number, because there's obviously 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3 on metal parts, like, is a really nice touch. Okay, there's the first piece. We need a grommet found in electronics and fasteners. So looks like everything else is pretty much in electronics and fasteners. Thermal pads, grommets. Grommets, thermal pads. All right, here's zip ties, which we already have a bunch of, but we'll take these out still. Fasteners. What is this? Rubber cable grommet, rubber cable grommet. I don't know if that's the right one. Cables. More zip ties. Okay, hold on. Thermal pads. Okay, so it says it wants to take out a thermal pad, 3 thermal pads. A 40 by 12 by 2.2. Yep, and 12 by 2. Okay, so 2 small, 1 big. Thermal pads. Hey, Stuart! Happy Wednesday. All right, 1 big one, 2 small ones. We need the grommet still. The grommet says it's a 1916 grommet. 1916. Don't see it. Spacer, steel balls. No, maybe it is with the cable. It probably is one of the cable management ones. Now I think about it, we're doing electronics, so this is probably for cables. Let's see. 19, did I say 1916? 1916. Yeah. It is indeed in here. Hey, Joel. Happy Wednesday. Okay. So 2 1916s. And there should be 6 of these. Yep. 1, 2. Okay, last thing we need. Oh wait, it says the list continues in the next step. So we need M3 by 6s. Are these just socket heads? Make sure look like it. 6s. 36 and 36. Not in that bag. M3 6s. Here we go. Okay. We got everything on this page. So let's really quickly go to the next page and see what else we need to grab. Okay, I'm gonna have to run upstairs and grab the buddy board because I am using a new buddy board. The extension board is in the electronics and chamber package, which is where electronics and chamber parts. That's right here. Okay, so this is the buddy extension. Cool. And then we need buddy extension cable, electronics and fasteners. Nope. Okay, we're making progress. We just a lot of pieces here. Okay, so the cable is called the buddy extension cable, and that is, let's see, cable 1 of 3 box. No, buddy extension cable. Got it. It looks like this piece right here. Okay. All right, let's find the printed part, then I'll run up and grab the board, and then we should be assembling. Printed part is gonna be in here. And it's called what? It is the assembly multi-tool, which looks like this. Assembly multi-tool. I found it. All right, I am going to show you guys my messy setup, I guess. I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna take 2 gummy bears, throw them in my mouth. I'm gonna bring one to Jackson, he'll be really happy. And then I'm gonna mute my mic. I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Okay, we are back. I just put together my son's new gaming chair. It has massaging lumbar support. Dude, I need that. I need that. I use the Herman Miller Aeron that I bought, like used there. You can find them used all the place. So it was like less than half of retail, which is still very expensive. But because of my back issues, I was like, I need something. I bought that like 6 years ago now. But then I did a sponsor like ad slot with oh gosh, why is my FlexiSpot? And they provided a chair that is like an ergonomic chair, and I've been using that one ever since. That one to me is actually more comfortable than the Herman Miller Aeron. The Aeron just sits in the garage. I don't know if I keep it down here for now, just in case like I end up putting a desk in here. But I usually end up sitting on the bar stool, so if I don't end up using that long term, I'll probably just sell it again or so. I don't know. But yeah, that sounds lovely. Okay, let's do this. You should tell them to hook it up. They reach out all the time, man. They definitely do a lot of sponsors. Okay, peel off the white protective layer from all thermal pads. Always touch the side of the electronics board. Okay, avoid touching the chips. Yep, attach the pad on the back of the buddy board. Ensure peel off the thread. Okay, so basically attaching pads. Oh, nice. There's also, I'm gonna actually do a little dab of IPA. There's some fingerprints on the back of this board. Apparently, oops, that's a lot of IPA. You know, dancing Steve builds here. Yeah. If Steve wants to send me a little gif of him doing a little dance, dude, I'll throw that up as my BRB. It would be cool. I should get something from BRB. If Steve won't be mad that I take his dancing idea, I might see if I can get someone to animate, do something with like the robot and animate it where he's just dancing like in a repeating motion or something like that. Okay. So we are peeling off not the blue side, but the white side. Working. You said tweaking, robot, but I think you meant twerking, right? I think that's what you meant. Okay. One down, 2 to go. Hey, Rocky Mountain, how's it going? Is it Justin that's running this account? Either way, thank you for stopping by. I know you must be probably busy with all the last minute kind of preparations. Nice. How's it going, man? It's like what, 30 days roughly? I was just asking Steve about it. I think he said based off the date when I talked to him that it was like 30 days out. Taylor has Dancing Baby. Steve has Dancing Max. Maybe Daniel should have Dancing Squirrel. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that either. Dancing Squirrel, it'd be very on brand. Might be easier to find too. Okay. Well, they're not straight, but they are mine. Lots to do. Make sure you tell Steve the time left each time you talk to him. I know Steve told me when he got back from Smurf that he had a ton of stuff to do to prepare. So I don't think I don't think he needs to hear it from me. He knows. All right, pads are on. We are thermally prepared. Oh, it does want us to peel these off. Peel off the blue tail with if the edge of the, okay, got it. Oh, it says use the tool. Peel off the blue tail from the thermal pads. Interesting. Is it easier to do it with the tool than with your hand? Is that why they have it like that? Well, that definitely worked. To get it going. It's a lot squishier than I expected. Get off my finger. Okay. Only indented that one a little bit. Gotta indent the part every once in a while. Okay. Yeah, the multi-tool did a pretty good job. What's next? I assume we're placing these in. We are. Always touch the sides, yep. Insert the buddy board in the buddy box. Make sure the Ethernet connector is properly inserted before line the board's holes. The buddy board's find the position by inserting 5 end screws. Do not fully tighten. A few turns is enough for now. Okay. So this is, where's our cutouts? Cutouts are here. So let's get this in. I'm going to, 1 second here, bring you guys up a little bit higher. Can I bring you higher? Is this as high as you go? There we go. A little bit higher. Bring this a little bit closer. Bring you guys down a little bit. That's not great still. All right, I guess we'll just go with that. So this is going into here. And our Ethernet port looks like it is seated correctly. And we need to go down a little bit, it looks like, or no? Okay. Oh, that popped out. Why does this not want to... Does this not want to align perfectly? Okay, it's definitely the Ethernet port that's making things funky. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. We're gonna leave that there. And we are going to, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. Oops, that's the opposite of that. Okay. Last week there was a few rooms on site at, geez. Okay, so here's all of the locations. Why'd you wait so long, Armor? Okay. So we need to get the top right one, and it says just to screw them all in a few turns. So we're just basically going for alignment right now and nothing else. Okay, that's more than a few turns because that's right. Steve said just do the left turn first. We'll do that just to be safe here. Okay. Money, got it. That is a valid reason to wait. Okay, so this one gets one. Okay. All right, so board is in. None of the screws are tight. Fully tight. Wait, what? It says, hold on. Fix it, do not tighten the screws. A few turns are enough now. Put it through the sink and leave a hole in the bottom right. Empty. Fully tighten all 5 screws, but there's 6 screws. I'm confused. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. That's weird. That feels like a conflict of... Am I reading like... Wait. Align the board holes. Oh, that's just the... Okay. That was my bad. This is saying to align those holes. Yeah, I think that arrow, if it wasn't there, would be like... It would make it a little bit more obvious, but got it. That's fine. Fully tighten all 5 screws. Okay, so let me take out that bottom right screw. I think it's because it's the grounding screw for later. Yeah, I can feel a light. It's like almost like a light click tuxedo. At least that's how it seems to feel to me. When I turn it left, there's like a little super light. Hey, Benny! Happy hump day. I did this upgrade last year. Nice. Yeah, I am very excited. I mentioned it, I think last stream, the stream before, but like, I'm always tardy to the Prusa party as far as like machines go. And I know that the Core 1 has been out for a bit, even though like this is the Core 1 Plus, but like I'm usually really tardy. So I'm very excited to see what the Core XY, you know, Prusa build's like, or not Prusa build, I guess, but yeah, build and the printer. And then I am very excited to eventually get Index installed in this machine. All right, we did it. All right, what is next? Oh, this is the next board. Insert the buddy extension board, the buddy box above the buddy board. That's a lot of buddies. Notice the part orientation. Okay, so let's get our buddy board extension out. Oops, I don't want to break my lens. I'm grabbing it by the lens, but there we go. I'm sure I will. As long as, like, I mean, when it's before index goes on it, I'm just gonna use it for printing out all the things that I need, like just throw parts at it for projects. And then once I end up doing like the index conversion, then I will probably use it more as a specialty machine than just a generic machine. I don't know. It'd be fun to do some experimenting with it. Because the snap maker is a tool changer, but right now I don't have a top lid on it. And even with a top lid, based off my testing of the Centauri Carbon 2, that top lid really is not ideal for ABS or ASA printing. It just takes a really long time for chamber to reach temp compared to a more compact machine. So I might install a Panda breath inside of the Snapmaker U1 if I enclose it, just to help heat up the chamber. But yeah, I think that the Core 1 being more compact, the top hat area of it will allow me to experiment with more materials than something like the U1. Okay, so yeah, board is out. It looks like it aligns like this. The USB-C cable just goes into the hole. And I think we're using the same, I gotta imagine we're using the same screws, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, sorry again for the shot. I realized that it's not exactly, I turned to the left. Oh, I felt like it clicked. I realized that it's not the best shot, but because of this wall here and me not having something ceiling mounted, it's just a little tricky. Hey, nice! How's it going, man? Oh yeah, that was a loud click when it dropped into place. I got the hour wrong. No worries, man. I slept pretty bad last night. The night before I slept incredible, so that's why I'm still doing okay. From like, I'm kind of riding that good sleep high. But yeah, last night I was editing till about probably 12:30 in the morning, and then was like, I'm gonna go downstairs, but it's been warmer and I'm upstairs in the studio and I had 3 printers running and a bunch of studio lights on, so it was like 80 degrees when I was done. So I had to go downstairs and just kind of like cool down. I can't get into bed when coming out of a room that's 80 degrees. Like I don't sleep well warm like that. And then I finally got into bed. My mind was just still in like race mode, thinking about work and projects and things I gotta get done. And then Jackson came in at 7, yeah, he came in at 7 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep after that. And so I probably got maybe 5 hours if I'm lucky, which used to be fine. Like that used to be plenty of sleep for me, but not anymore. I definitely can't. Sleep is a lot more valuable to me than it used to be. I got nightmares all night. Ah, dude. Sorry to hear that. Not a fun night. I don't dream very much. Yeah, I don't dream that much. I've been taking medication for like 11 years for panic attacks, and if I do dream, it's a nightmare. It's like kind of a side effect of the medication, but I don't dream very much in general. So, but yeah, nightmares suck. All right, we got 2 boards in. We are bored out of our. No, we got a lot of boards. Zip ties, probably right. There are 6 perforations. Proceed carefully. Attach the hook on the assembly. Oh, neat, dude. It's a zip tie guide. I think we all dream, we just don't remember them. Yeah, maybe. I know for a long time because I got diagnosed with sleep apnea a few years ago, and I wasn't getting into, even though I don't think dreaming is not, or dreaming is, I can't remember if that's supposed to be like in when you're getting REM sleep or if it's before REM sleep. The process. Okay, so we're just feeding zip ties through loosely. Got it. Okay, so zip ties. Dream, I've heard about those. I need a blade or something. Let's see, I'll just use this, I guess. Man, this is a fierce... God, the zip tie bag is fierce. Dreaming can occur in... Okay, got it, in both. I never remember my dreams, but the wife says I spend a lot of time talking in my sleep. My mom says it about my dad, that he talks a lot in his sleep. She says that he, like, sounds like he's, like, fighting someone in his sleep. Like, he'll swear and stuff. And I'm like, huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what it says? 6 of them? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, on the multi-tool thingamajig, which is this guy, there is a little hook. And so we're going to use the hook because we don't have enough, like, space to really feed our... I'll turn this so you can see a little bit. We don't have enough space to really get our finger underneath these slots and easily guide this. So we are just going to place it underneath, push this in. It curves it for us beautifully. And then we will, looks like just kind of leave it like that, dangling on the board. Definitely handy. I would have probably used something like a flathead otherwise, but having the curve instead of just a flathead makes it easier. Definitely makes it easier. Okay. It all depends. Sometimes I can dream even in a state of half wakefulness. Interesting. I used to dream a lot when I was younger. I had a really, like, pretty wild imagination, and I read a lot. I read a lot of books before I turned into a squirrel as an adult. I can't hyper fixate on books as easily as I used to be able to. But when I was a kid, I could read books for like hours and hours, and so read a lot of like fantasy stuff. I mean, I was big into like the Harry Potters and stuff like that when I was a kid. I mean, I still like them, but I read the books when I was a kid. But it was a lot of stuff like that, and I feel like that definitely carried over into my dreams. I had some really cool dreams. I remember one time when I was really young and I was really into all the Harry Potter stuff, I had a dream that I was a wizard. I had a wand and had powers, and I remember that was probably the most disappointed I'd ever been when I woke up and realized it wasn't real. Yeah, there's not a lot of dreams I remember, but that's one I remember. It was certainly exciting, and then reality was quite disappointing. I woke up all sweaty with my heart. Wow. Yeah, that's awful. That sucks. Sorry, nice. All right, we've got our zip ties all lined up, and it looks like they're all in the right direction. Sweet. Wait, skip the third and... Oh my goodness, I can't read. It says to skip the third and the sixth one. So we'll get rid of this one. And we'll get rid of that one. There we go. Okay. Plug the buddy extension cable with the free red cable. Okay, let's grab our cable. Plug the X Buddy extension connector with the free red cable to the Buddy Board extension. Leave the red cable free for now. But the other end, okay, I just need to see a visual of this. Okay, got it. So the free end is going into the Buddy one up top, and it's the right plug. So this is going in right here on the right side, like that. And the bottom one is going in right beneath it, like that. Okay, I don't know if it matters about the cables. Kind of want to push them to the side a little bit. Probably fine. Okay. Grommets. Insert grommets into both circles. Gently compress the grommet and fit it in the metal sheet, ensuring the groove locks in place. Okay. Where's our grommet holes? Here we go. Okay. These are really nice. I mean, I get that it's just a grommet, but it is really nice. Once I used to get really bad sleep paralysis, not fun. Is that when you wake up and you just can't, like, you can't move? I remember, because I think bad dreams are a lot more obviously traumatizing than a good dream. That's a lot of what I remember. And I do remember one time when I was a kid, I used to get like scared at night for some reason. I think it was because I had I had such a vivid imagination. And I remember like one time I think I had ran into my brother's room and was laying in his bed, and he had like left or gone to my room. And I heard, like, I was already freaked out because I thought that I had like seen something. And I remember like hearing this like roar sound. Like a roar sounds silly, but it was like a roar, like this like terrifying sound. And I remember being so petrified that like I was trying to yell or call for my parents, like no sound came out. I don't know if I'd say like that's maybe not the same thing as like the sleep paralysis thing, but that was one of the most like scary dreams, because it felt like I was awake. That was the weird thing. Like I assumed that I must have been in a state where I was awake but kind of asleep, because I was in the bed, in the room. Normally in dreams, like I feel like things are, you're usually somewhere else, at least, or if you're in a place that's familiar, there's some obvious things out of place, and if you look around, you're like, that's not right. But this was like, no, I'm just in my house, everything's normal, but there's like this figure. It was terrifying, man. It was so scary. Once when I was a child, I had a scary nightmare, which I woke up to even scarier one, and I woke up for real. I had that happen once as well when I was probably 17 or 18. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember that it was scary because you kept thinking like, okay, I'm out of it. And then something weird happens. You're like, what is going on? What's going on? And then snap. Oh, I don't like it, man. If I get a nightmare tonight, I'm blaming all y'all. I'm blaming chat. Yeah, I had that dream often, trying to run away from something and not being able to move. Yeah, scary stuff. I don't like it. Oh, there's our friend. There's our buddy, right? Or no, this is not the one that I screwed up. This is not the one I screwed up. This is the ESP Wi-Fi, which should be, I think it's this guy. Yes, okay. Got that. We're using 2 of these screws instead. Did the missus slip something in your food? No, this was, well, the first one was before I was a kid, the first one. I don't remember how young. My brother was alive. We're 5 years apart, so I had to have probably been maybe 8. Maybe I was 8 years old. I don't know. Okay, we need Core 1 Wi-Fi cover found in printed parts. Oh, that's a care package. Just printed parts. All right. Core 1 Wi-Fi cover. What is this? Back assembly? I don't think that's it. Core XY assembly. Where is this? Why am I not seeing this part? Found in printed parts bag. Core 1 Wi-Fi cover. Filament sensor, puck universal now. Z motor, Z rod, bed cable, bed assembly, multi-tool. Like, it's gotta be in here. Love board mount, fan shroud, printed cover, hot end cable clip, main cable clip, front case. Nope, not in there. Bed on there. Wi-Fi cover. Boom. I'm gonna keep this bag of printed parts out because it looks like it's all. So this is the back assembly, Core 1, and it looks like it's pretty much all stuff for power supply or electronics. So let's see, here's our printed parts. Cool. And then we need an M312, which we have not used so far. M312s are in this bag. Hey, Vinny! The last bag. Of course, it's the last bag.
Smack smash the thumbs up, everyone.
Nice! Thank you so much, man, for the donation. Smash the like button. Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned it once today. If you have not hit the like button, please do. I don't know what we're at. My goal is, like, let's be at 60. Let's be at 60. That's my first target, because I don't know what we're at. If we can reach that in 10 minutes, that'd be awesome. Best sleep I ever get is when I go for a test or procedure and they have to knock me out. The black oblivion feels so good when it hits. Usually for me, like, the best sleep I'll get is after some serious exercise or working out. But usually I don't work out that hard to where I feel that exhausted. Usually it's like some sort of project I'm doing, whether it's typically like yard work, where I'm doing like a bunch of weeding or moving, like, I mean, gosh, at this house we've moved so much rock, and I'm gonna have to get probably a couple more yards of pea gravel dropped off that I'm gonna have to move by hand or with a wagon. I still have to scoop it all. Man, that's like sweating and moving. Like, I sleep really good when I do that, but that's not something I do very often, so it's quite rare actually. Okay. Use a dumper? What is that? Okay, so the two smaller screws, insert the two in the body box, do not tighten them completely, leave at least 4 millimeters. Okay. Two smaller screws are going on this side. Oops. There we go. I assume a dumper is like a tool of sorts. Is it a push tool? Is it a ride tool? Home Depot rental time. Yeah, maybe I will this time. The big issue is it has to be something pretty small if I'm going around this way, but the area where the rocks are going is pretty slanted. Like, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying it's vertical, but it's certainly at, you know, there's a slope. There's a real good slope. So that would be my concern, is how whatever this thing called the dumper handles a bit of slope. I think I got a good solid 2 hours. That is horrible. That just hearing that makes me feel tired. Don't you try? I feel like, you know, you said you like kind of go with not a lot of sleep, but then you sort of hit like a stage where you hibernate for a long sleep. Is that correct, or am I remembering incorrectly? Okay, it says leave at least 4 millimeters. I can't measure that. That's probably fine. Okay. So now this guy is going like this. No, that's not right. What am I doing? Yes, that is right. Okay. Okay, so this is in. We've got our plug sticking out, or not sticking out, but at least not blocked. And then we are plugging this in on this side, like so. Make sure I don't screw this up. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. And then I assume that our M312 is gonna secure this in place, probably. Sure looks like it. Okay. Little sleep, yes. Hibernate, not me. Unless you consider 6 hours. No, that is not hibernating. We'll send a picture on Discord. Wait, of what? Use it. Oh, the dumper. Got it. Yep, sounds great. Nice one, PC. All right, that's way in there. We're good. Put the assembly aside for a while. Nice. Delta power supply. Okay, so let's put this, we'll just put this with the rest of the sort of assemblies we're working on. Okay, so next up we need the power supply, which should be right here. Sure is. Okay. M4x6R. I think that's these guys, right? That we were using earlier. M4. No, definitely not. M4x6R. So it's not. We have not used that. M3, M4x6R. M3, M4x6R. And then we need buddy power cables. Did we keep that? I don't recall. We probably did. Looks like it's these guys. Let's see. Yeah. So there's two. Let's see. One of them has ring connectors. Yep. And the other. No, they both have ring connectors. Right? Yeah. Okay. They both have ring connectors. Ooh, I gotta find the screws for that though. That'll be interesting. And then the other little cable. Nope. That's this guy. Okay. Nice. Insert two. Do not tighten completely, leave at least 4 millimeters. Okay, so same ordeal. Hey, Steve. I slept for 8 hours once, maybe 23. Wait, what is the reason that you don't sleep more than that, Deanna? I know that you work like super long hours, but is it just work related, or you just don't get tired, or you're like I'm trying to understand. Okay. Delmar calls it a mini skid. Oh, got it. We call it a dumper. I have heard of mini skids. Absolutely. I have not heard of it. Not heard of it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of what you guys call it. Nice. It's definitely a mini skid. I'll be a lot more familiar with. Like I can picture it. A mini skid is basically the stand-on ones, right? Like the skid steer is like the ride-on ones, I think. Too many brain? Is it, oh, just like thinking too much? I have reverse metabolism. I seem to sleep better if I'm caffeine it up. Aaron can drink coffee and just go straight to sleep. I drink coffee and it's like I feel like I have to imagine that it's like I'm tweaking. Like that's how it feels. I feel crazy if I'm not exhausted or really tired already when I drink coffee. If I'm just like I'm just gonna drink coffee, I usually feel nuts. The exception to that is if I go out for like occasionally like a breakfast at a cafe and I have like cafe coffee, which is usually like the most watered down stuff ever, I can have that and I enjoy that, or like a sweet coffee. But like a true strong coffee, I have to be really tired or, you know, have been going and need a real serious pick me up. But Erin, like she can just whatever, like yeah, sure, espresso, great, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, I'm going to bed. Like wild. I'm still here, childish, I know. No, it's my humor is oftentimes quite what would be the word? I don't use the word immature, but like yeah, I crack up over things that are like that as well. So okay, so the thing we need to figure out is I lost the screws for the power supply. I didn't lose them, they're just over here. So I think I've already found them all. Okay, so there's 4 screws. So I loosen all 4 screws. Hold on, let me read this. There's a lot of text here, guys. In the following steps, we will connect the power cables one by one. The terminal screws are installed on the PSU already. Loosen them, but don't remove them completely, so they don't get mixed up with other types of screws used on the buddy board side of the cable. Each of the 2 power cables has 2 leads. Red is positive, black is negative. Note that the power cables have different connectors on each end. For now, prepare the U-shaped connectors. Note the polarity. The red cables, okay, so we're using the, interesting. Oh no, that is how it was. That is how it was, I think. The thing I don't know though is distance-wise, they're not the same size. I'm wrong, they're the exact same size, it doesn't matter. I work a lot of hours because my brain needs something to do. I'm pretty sure I'm ADHD. The brain is always on full when I do sleep. I return. Got it. Okay. I will say, like, because the days are so full for me now, when I do get a lot of sleep, like, I feel okay. But I do remember for a really long time, especially in my 20s, that if, like, I felt pretty good to go on 4 hours of sleep, and then if I got more than 4 hours of sleep, I would have a lot more panic attacks. Like, if I was more rested, I'd have a lot more panic attacks and anxiety, which might still be the way that way if I wasn't taking stuff for it. So, got it. Okay, your reason makes sense. I just wasn't sure what your reason was. I couldn't remember. Oh, also, let's get the giveaway open right now because we are at 130. Did we hit, what was our goal? 60 likes? We did not. We're at 42 likes, but there's only 67 people, so the ratio's not as bad. Copy responder link. Yep. Okay. Here is the giveaway link pinned in chat. Hey, Wick. I think the caffeine helps my thought process, so it's not running a million miles an hour when I try to sleep. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I will say that the way I've described my brain is that, like, I'm either off or on. It's either a hamster on the wheel going a million miles an hour, or like I'm just dead and need to recharge. That's how I've been for quite a long time. Okay, so we can start screwing these in at least a little bit, because these are not. I thought we were doing the round terminals on this side, but that's not the case. We're doing the fork or spade terminals, so these actually don't need to be fully removed. We can drop these down. Nope, guess not. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Okay, that one is going in. I don't know why I took these all the way out if they weren't needed to come all the way out. Doesn't seem like something I would normally do. Who here has built the 100? Man, that thing is a sleeper. I have not. I don't really know anybody that's built it. I feel like I remember one or two people talking about building it at one point, but not going through with it. It's the fully printed frame, right? It's like what wasn't the Rook based off of it? Like, inspired by it? Or am I mistaken? Okay, so we got red on this side. Like so. Okay, then we've got ground. Negative. Way back in my 30s, I was working 120 plus hours a week. Wasn't able to sleep more than 2 hours a day. Wild. That is wild. That is, I'd say that is definitely more extreme than I've had. And for most people that know me, like, they're like, dude, like, how do you do all that stuff? And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's what I do. Like, I just kind of go. I don't really, shut off. But it's changed. I mean, definitely since having kids, it's changed. But yeah, you definitely sound like you go even harder than that, than what I've done. Okay, that is in. Is there a little cover for this guy? I can't remember if this had a little plastic cover for the terminals. I guess that's all low voltage, right? So maybe not. I mean, it still would think that a cover would probably not be bad, but okay. Let us move forward. Take the red wire, tie the terminal, use the same procedure, connect the blocks. Yep, we did this. Doop, doop. Oh, we didn't do the last one. All right, we're gonna plug this guy in. And this is the white end? No, it's not. It is the, I think it's a DuPont connector, maybe? Or is it? Yeah, it looks like a DuPont to me. Okay. Hey, put this assembly aside for a while. Nice. Cool. Sweet. I know we're just making like little bits of progress, but this is how it always goes, you know, where like you don't feel like you're really doing a whole lot. You're just kind of doing small bits here and there, but then once it all comes together, it goes really quick. Okay, so we need the back panel, which is right here. Oh. Okay. It's a pretty large piece. Very large piece. I don't think I can even get this whole thing in frame. There we go. I guess if I back up a little bit. I have to work on frequency drives a lot on industrial machines. In tight, blind places and ring terminals can get frustrating. Got it. Got it. Because it's hard, you have to take the full screw out to access it. Yeah, I guess, why they're used, but I feel like as long as a fork or spade... Is there a difference between the fork and the spade? I feel like they're interchangeable. Fork versus spade terminal. Spade and fork terminals are often used interchangeably. Cool. All right. I think it's the other way around, based off the rook. Oh, it's based off the rook. I'm using the modded 300mm, printed out 2 kilograms of production parts of PDG CF over 2 days. It has blown my mind. It's about as fast as my B214 at the moment. The 100 is what you built, or the rook? In my 30s, I was often in a situation where I had to do 60, 80-hour weeks for a month to 6 weeks. But that's all I could take before taking a serious break. Yeah. The little drill press built from the Mark IV frame on printables looks pretty cool. Is there a drill press built for the Mark IV frame? Maybe I'll use that then. If I don't end up doing the Prusa wire. I was exhausted after a month. Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, it's not, for a lot of people at least, it's not good for your health. Like, I definitely have hit the stage of exhaustion many a times where I'm like, all right, I gotta chill for a bit here. This is obviously too much. Hey, terminally. Okay, so let's see what we're supposed to be doing here. Okay, more grommet pieces. Back panel, we got grommets. 2 large ones and 2 small ones. Okay. I've spent all morning flushing and configuring Clipper on a $50 Ender 3. Well, sometimes that's what you gotta do, I guess. I hope you've been making progress. There's a bunch of times, like in videos, where I'm working on something that I haven't really done before, and Aaron will see me and like, how's it going up there? I'm like, oh, it's not working. I don't understand. Like, I'm frustrated. I've been researching. I tried this thing, and then it's not, you know, whatever. But when I finally figure it out, what the issue is, it's like sunlight shines down from the sky. Like, it's such a rewarding feeling. I can't even, you know, describe it. Yeah, it's just awesome. Need a ceiling plug? That's probably in the same bag that I just closed up again. Yep, sure is. Okay, we got a ceiling plug. And then we need M3x4 RTs, 2 of them, and I believe we've got tons of those. Oh, the 100 but size for X1 Sidewinder bed? Oh, wow. What do you, like, the printed parts are just PLA on it, right? M3x4 RTs. Okay, cool. We got everything we need for whatever it is we're about to do. Okay. Position the back panel. Use the 2 holes as reference. Cool. Insert the ceiling plug into the center hole. Okay. Ceiling plug into center hole. Let me bring you guys in. So this is center hole. Ceiling plug is right here. And based off the orientation, it looks like it needs to go from the back in, like, get in there. There we go. Like that. Okay, plug is in. Insert 1 small grommet into the left circle hole, which is over here. Oh, that really adds some grip to this. Right there. So small ones are these guys. Ah, there we go. Okay, small ones in there. Insert 1 small grommet into the oval hole. Okay, so we got one going in up top here. Small one going right here. Nice. Okay. And then a large one. I'm just gonna drop you guys down. Actually, let's do, I think the last one is on this side. So we'll start with, since you guys are already up here. So one of the large grommets is going in over here, right there. Let's see if I can get this in. Okay, that's in. And then on the other side, there's 2 holes, but we just want a grommet in the topmost hole, which is the one right here. There we go. All right, we've installed, what is that? Was that 4 grommets and then a plug, I think? Yep. Cool. Grommets pop out of the places easily when feeding wires through. Very easy to put. Got it. Okay, good to know. I gotta figure out how to make armor printing a full-time gig. I skip a lot of meals, so I'm hungry a lot. What did I miss? We've done some sub-assembly stuff. Like, we got the bottom panel on. We got the main board, like, assembly put together. We attached some stuff to the power supply. Now we're working on the back panel. So it looks like we are going to be carefully insert the PSU into the rear panel. Okay, so let me grab the PSU that we just put aside. Oops. Okay, so... Oh, wrong button, sorry. Makes me think of... We haven't watched a ton lately, but we watched it a little bit. Like, Emperor's New Groove, the wrong lever. You might not have any idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. Okay, so carefully insert the PSU into the rear. Push the cable bundle through the opening in the bottom. There's no grommet on that one, though. Did I mess up, or is there not supposed to be a grommet there? Huh. Okay, I guess there's no grommet on that one. Okay, so I am feeding cables through here. My microphone is almost finished. Nice! Your series was a huge help in me being able to get there. That makes me really happy to hear. Congratulations on the build, and thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Ow. My ears. It's pretty loud. Okay. These are all sliding through here, trying to be careful. Okay, align the screws on the PSU side hole. Okay. Then I assume we're just gonna slide the PSU in the screws, go through the holes. Okay. So. What did you end up doing as far as your toolhead goes? Did you go with the ant head or did you go with something else? And what's your hot end? Is a slap a smash? What? My boss is always a big help. I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. Sometimes I think that the benefit is like you can watch me so I can screw things up and tell you what not to do, which is helpful. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is helpful. I guess I can't discredit that, but yeah, I mess up things a lot. So usually how I learn best is by doing things wrong at least once or twice first and figuring out, how to not repeat that. Gently slide the PSU into position, maintain the PSU position, and fully tighten. Yep. We can do... Oh, I think the music ended. Let's switch it over to... Let's not start at the beginning. Let's start like... Code chill. Okay. Okay, so this should just tighten down with a 2.5mm driver, I believe. Press. Okay, I don't think that's going anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, that is nice and snug. Alrighty. I think that was one of the areas where I added another grommet. Oh, it feels like it could absolutely use a grommet there, but maybe because it's not going to anything that's moving, I don't know. But yeah, it seems odd to me that we just added a bunch of grommets and it's like shove the wires through the hole without a grommet. The only complaint I have is that your Kirigami UFO video made it look so easy. Meanwhile, I had 4-hour stream last night troubleshooting. Sorry. A lot of times things take me a long time. I can't tell you how long that took me. That was installed. It was in this house, so it had to have been the last 2 years, but I can't remember. I hope you get it figured out. Or did you already get it figured out? Okay. Next. 13 more minutes roughly on the giveaway. So if you want to enter in, do so soon. Do so shortly. All right, so next up we are taking, carefully insert the buddy board. Cool, it's really nice to see this come together. Instead of having, 3 different parts, the back, the power supply, and the board, it's all kind of going together now. Okay, carefully insert the buddy board assembly into the rear pocket. So probably just like we did a second ago. Yeah. So let's get our cable out of the way. There's a slot right here. Okay. We are slotted in. And what next? I'm assuming we're just going to tighten these down. Yep, it's the same. So where's that little driver? Here it is. All right, so it looks like the final step is that it wants us to additionally install 4 screws. So, or maybe it's 3 screws. Is it 2 screws? 2 screws. 2 screws. Oh, what comment? What did I miss? What did I miss? To answer your earlier question, it's an Anthead with a Revo hot-on. Got it. Hot-on was included in the Black Friday offer. Oh, cool. I eventually want to put index on it. Nice. You have to scroll up. Wait, it's not. John didn't do it again, so it's from John. I agree, he's awesome. Definitely on my Mount Rushmore. Aww. Shucks. Thanks, man. You guys are too kind. I appreciate it. I definitely did not see it. It's hard for me to follow. I try to keep up with chat, but sometimes it's hard for me to follow. You guys are too kind. I do appreciate it though. Believe me, it's not all that. Like I had to hide a user from channel right before the stream. I had someone that was like commented something rude, and I tried to sort of give them the benefit of the doubt, and I responded in a way that I thought like cleared things up. But they just came back at me with an even more rude comment. I'm like, all right, goodbye. I've developed a pretty big zero tolerance for rude people. Like if you're commenting something that's constructive criticism, I'm all for it. Like I actually encourage it. Like if there's things you see that I did incorrectly or ways I can improve, sweet. But if you're like name calling and belittling, then like, sorry man, the internet's a big place. Like you can find another, find another section of the internet to crawl to. I just don't have time for it. Yeah. Some people are definitely miserable people, man. I don't get it. Like I assume it's, I don't know, man. I was raised like be nice to people. Like do unto others as you would want done unto you. It's literally the golden rule. So yeah, I never ever like would put someone down or belittle someone like for no reason, especially. Like I mean, man, like if I'm gonna be rude to someone, like they probably were extremely rude first. But yeah, I don't get it, dude. But that's all right. Yeah, just be kind. I agree. Golden rule is the best. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. My responses to his Mount Rushmore comment was that you're my Lady Liberty. Oh my god, you guys are ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate all the laughs. Okay, what is next? We've got this. Let's see. I do know where this part is because I just saw it a second ago. So we need a PSU cover cable. I've got that right here. M3 by 10. I don't think we've used those. M3 by 8. M3 by 12. Nope. Okay, so we need M3NS, so M3 square nuts, and M3 by 10 RT. M3. Nope, not in there. M3, yep, M3NS nuts, and then what was the other one? M3 by, did I say by 10 RT? Okay, that's not in here, but I've got the square nuts at least coming up. Let's see, M3, nope. M3 by 10s, spare parts, M3 by 30s. Wait, I'm confused. Where in the world are my square nuts? M3NS nut. M3NS nut? Yeah, it should be in here. Those are not them. Those are not them. Those are not them. Those are not them. There you are. Okay. Square nuts have been found. The thing I don't have though is the M3 by 10 RT. That's not in this bag. This is just regular M3 by 10s. Okay, it has to be in one of those bags because those are the only. Wait, I'm lying. There's one more bag. M3, yeah, it's in this bag. Okay. Those 2Ds mostly good people, fortunately. Yeah, I totally agree. It's the kind, positive people far outweigh the opposite of that. Definitely. Okay, M3 by 10 RT. I found it. I get comments sometimes that I have to read multiple times to see if there is a hint of sarcasm or other. Yeah. What a coincidence. I just got confirmation that the parts are printed on the... Oh, they're sold. Basically, they're just paper sold. Wait. The parts are... Oh, cool. Got it. So you're saying you used the printer to print out some pieces that you sold. I was trying to... Very confused there for a second. I thought you were saying you printed out the parts to build the printer and sold those. But that's not what you were saying. Okay, so this printed part looks like it's going to have nut pockets in it, and it sure does. So we've got a nut pocket right there, one on the opposing side. So we are going to take out 2 of these nuts like that. Try not to mix these up. Okay, see how easily or how difficult it is to get these to slide in. You know what? This is actually what you should be using needle nose pliers for. Yeah. Perfect. That would have been a lot more difficult with my fingers. Okay. Those are in. You put the drill press in the Discord chat. Okay, cool. Thank you. I will definitely take a look at that later. Oops. I've been guilty of this sarcasm thing multiple times. Yeah, I mean, if I know you... Let's see. That's a PSU cable between them. Wait, what did I miss? Interesting. What is it? Why is there an X? So the thing that would throw me off a little bit is like, okay, the bracket goes between these 2 secure screws, but is the X just saying like it needs to be on the inside of the sheet metal? Like, I don't understand what that X is standing for there. Yeah, if I like know you, like there's a few people I know that are fairly sarcastic, and they leave comments sometimes that are like not like more like joke fun, like, you know, that's fine. And also like I don't just assume, like there's an element of me just trying to like understand what someone is saying, and it's hard to get sarcasm at times through, you know, chat or through messages, because you can't hear tone. Tone is a big thing when it comes to being able to understand what if someone is being rude or just sarcastic and kind of joking around. But yeah, this comment in particular, someone called me scummy. And like, there's no sarcasm there, boy. I'm like, that is just, you're just being rude. That is mean. Like, I could see myself being described as a lot of things, but scummy, that's not one of them. Oh, okay. So there's 2 holes. That's what it's saying. The X's are over the holes. Got it. So once you use the outermost holes. Okay. Got it. Into the holy one. Yeah, got it. Thank you, Armor. I needed to have it in front of me. It was, yeah, it all makes sense. The X's are great. It's just to the angle that, and the X kind of covers most of the hole, and it's a small hole, that it was hard for me to understand, like, why are you here? What purpose do you serve? But I absolutely see and understand now. I see the light. Okay, that is plenty tight. I don't need to go tighter than that. Basically just a brace between the 2. Just straight wrong, I never think of it. Yeah, I appreciate it. It does, in other words, I'd use to describe. Scummy Daniel. Oh, hurts my feelings, man. Yeah, the person, okay, so I'm just gonna say what it was. So the person clicked on a link in the description of my video, and it was for a product that I'd covered in the video, and I guess the link had said, like, use this link to get this discount or whatever, and the discount percentage wasn't what the descriptor said, so the manufacturer must have changed the discount. And so the person said, like, saying that it's this discount when it's not, and using your affiliate links is scummy. And so when I read that, I thought to myself, okay, I could see how, if you're thinking that I'm being malicious by, like, falsely saying you get a discount to get people to click on a thing and buy it, it'd be, you know, that is a scummy thing to do. So I responded to the person saying, hey, like, this is actually not an affiliate link. I don't earn $1 from you purchasing from this link. I only put this link here because the manufacturer requested it. If the discount is not what it should be, and you have a different discount you can use, like, by all means, use that. And I thought, like, that was a nice response. I cleared the air, like, everything's fine now. But then the person replied back, like, doubling down on it, like, it's your responsibility to figure it out. I'm like, dude, like, kick rocks, man. Like, the first time I was like, all right, sure. Like, you thinking that I did that is not a good thing. Like, I could see. So I was like, I'll give. I didn't like the name calling regardless, but I was like, I'll let it slide. I'll explain it. But once they came back, I was like, this is it. Jack, what's going on? You need to. You what? Hold on. Hold on, Jack's yelling my name. Give me 1 sec. What's wrong? Are you going by? Is Jack going with you? Oh, you're going with mommy? Got it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. He's got these little like slipper things on. Can I put these on, or do you want them in shoes? They're not slippers. They're like, yeah. Mommy says you can't wear socks with those, bud. Because you don't wear socks with sandals typically. I mean, you can start a new trend, I suppose, but I am still streaming. I can't. If I can put your glow in the dark shoes on, Jack, if you want help, real quick. Here. Let's put these on. We'll wear these ones during summer. Yeah, we'll wear those ones during summer. Okay. It's itchy. Yeah, those are nice, but they're just, you gotta be barefoot. There you go. Okay. I can't. You want to say hi to the stream real quick? Okay. Hold on, you can climb up. Careful, you're on a cable. Look, you're on a cable. Move it. No. It's okay. It's no big deal. I just don't want you to fall. Okay. You can climb up. You say hi? Who's on your shirt, dude? Spider-Man. You like Spider-Man? Hold your hand. Okay. You say hi? Hi. So you look at them and you look at the camera and say hi? Hi. There we go. That's a... Oh, don't touch that. Okay. Sorry to scare you. That is a motherboard, and that controls the whole printer. The thing you were pulling on, those are fuses. So if something... You know electricity, right? You talked about earlier? You said electricity is what? Dangerous, right? You have to respect it. It's dangerous, that's right. Can be dangerous. So these right here, if something bad happens with electricity, then these protect the board from getting broken. These will break instead, and you can replace them, and then your board's okay. Understand? Okay. I'm gonna put them in the car really quick, guys. You wanna press one button and I'll put you in the car? Yeah. Okay, I gotta be careful with my back here. Just lean. One button, press one. I don't care, you press.
That was easy.
Perfect, all right. All right, can you say bye? Wave bye. Bye. All right, let me put him in the car real quick, guys. You gotta climb up, I can't carry you up in the car. All right, 1 sec, y'all, because my back, dude, I'm still getting over it. Come on. That's a printer frame. That's what Daddy's taking apart and building another one of. Wait, you're on the other side. Okay. Come on, Jack. Yeah, silly. No, this is your side. Mommy parked backwards. Mommy's gonna bring the car seat for your brother. Yeah, that's the microphone. Microphone is what? Electricity? Yeah. Yeah. Well, this uses a battery. It's a battery-powered microphone. Okay, cool. Mommy has your water. Okay. I love you. You be good for Mom, okay? All right. Let's do the countdown for the, that was easy. In the car. He's getting so big. Erin was just showing me photos of him last night. She was cleaning up her phone. And, he's gotten really big. Okay, so the giveaway for the spool poly microfilament is gonna go, we're gonna do the drawing in a couple minutes here. So I'd say another minute or two. It's pinned in the chat if you want to enter in. This is sort of your last opportunity to. The following, please prepare. Okay, cool, fan stuff. go. Love you. Good luck. Hope it goes well. Okay, M330. Landon's got a ultrasound. Wait, is that what she's going to today? I think it's what she's going to today. Landon's got an ultrasound. M330. Okay. Hey down under. Sorry, I think you came into the I think you came into the stream right when I was going off a jack. Okay, so we need a fan grid found in the print electronics and chamber package. That looks like a printed part, no? Maybe it's not. If it's in the electronics and chamber package, maybe it's not a printed part. It's not a printed part. It looks like it's an acrylic cut part. Okay. Then we need chamber thermistor. I don't see that. Why don't I see that? Interesting. It says that it should be in the same bag or same box. Status cover. We need these fans, I think, too, right? Cooling fans. Okay, so cooling fans we definitely need. Zip ties we've got. The thermistor doesn't appear to be in this box. There's a linear rail. There's a cable cover. Yeah, there's no chamber thermistor found in electronics and chamber parts package. Oh, it's in. I got it. We took out the electronic box earlier that was inside there, so it's probably this guy right here. Awesome. All is well. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Okay, I am officially closing the giveaway. So if you have not entered in and you're filling it out right now, you've got another minute, but I'm removing it. Remove. Okay. That's interesting. So it wants us to take this piece. Let me turn you guys here. Yeah, definitely just really thin acrylic. So it wants us to shove this through here, and then through here, and then through here. Like, looks basically like that, I think. Yeah, like this. Mine seems like it's at a little bit more of an aggressive angle than their picture shows, but I don't think... Oh, there we go. I was able to push it down a little bit. There we go. So you just kind of weave it back and forth through the cutouts. Okay, let's do the giveaway. We've got 71 responses. Nice. Did we hit 60 likes? That was our target. 53. Just need seven more lovely people to hit the like button, and we'll hit at least the target. Okay, we're gonna do this giveaway. Okay, 71 people. So I will run through everything. Polymaker, thank you for providing us with the giveaway for today's stream. If you have not been a part of one of these giveaways and you end up winning, if you're in the US or Canada, you'll win a gift card. Anywhere else in the world, will win a spool of filament that you can pick out off their website, up to $35. The winner will receive an email from me within 24 hours. I've been really on top of it, really proud of myself. Probably get it within 5 hours, but that will contain a link via email as well as a unique code that you'll need to fill out and claim your prize. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Thank you once again, Polymaker. If you need to pick up filament and want to support the channel, there is a link in the description, and a portion of the sale does go back to the channel. Never required, always appreciated. Thank you everyone that's been using those links. On that note, how many times? 35 shuffle for 35 pounds lost? I'm not against that. Is there anything else? I was gonna say we can do 75 shuffles for a 75-gallon tank, but that's too many shuffles. I'm okay with 35 shuffles for 35 pounds lost. You can do that for you, Nice. Next, I'm gonna remember this. So next week, Nice, you don't get to call the number. We'll give it to you this week. Next week, I gotta go with someone else. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. That's a familiar name. Hobo, you are our winner, man. Let's see. Cheers, yeah. Congratulations, Hobo. You are this week's winner. I'll still probably send you an email. Lately I've been doing more emails. I think with Lisa the other day I did a Discord message, but it's been easier. So be on the lookout for an email. I will send you one this evening. And yeah, congratulations. Thank you everyone for entering in. Is Hobo still in chat? I don't know if he is. If not, there he is. There he is. Yeah, he's in chat. Nice, man. Congratulations. Definitely. I can't remember if you've won before. I know if you have. It's been a long time, so it's awesome. All right. So I think we'll still go through and do this last bit here on the fan shroud part. Let's see. Okay. So we have done the first part, and then we need to zip tie. It looks like the other end of it. So, okay, so we're gonna zip tie, go out a little bit. There we go. This is whatever laser they're using to cut this. Like, it's a nice laser. The honeycomb is pretty small, the mesh, but it's clean. Like, I'm curious to know. Armor, that's my homework assignment for you. Figure out what laser Prusa's using to cut these little acrylic things. Wait, did I screw this up? No, I didn't. They've definitely changed this part up a bit since this photo was taken. The holes for the zip tie are definitely not as close together as they were. Wait, you haven't won Tuxedo? No way. I thought for sure you won. Or was it that somebody else won and offered the prize to you? That's wild. No, I thought for sure you had won. I thought you offered up your prize to Deanna one time. Daniel let me win once. Hey, let me be clear. I don't let anybody win, okay? It's all R&D. I get excited when I see a face. I'm like, oh, that's a familiar face. But like, I have no control over anything. I shuffle it based off of a random number and it rolls. So I didn't let you. I don't want to. Definitely, there's no funny stuff going on here. I get happy when when anyone wins, but it's cool seeing people that are regulars or that haven't won. What did I say? R&D? Research and development? Did I say R&D? I probably did. Somebody offered to let me have their prize on the client. Got it. Okay, I think it's coming back to me. It was GPs, right? That's hilarious. Yeah, not research and development. That is not what I meant. Random number generated. That's what I meant. Okay, so place the oriented back panel according to the pictures. So we are going to be flipping this guy on its back. Oh God. I almost dropped the acrylic piece. If that little acrylic piece hits the concrete or it absolutely could break it. So let's not do that. So we're gonna try to match the orientation, which is like this. Okay. And then what next? Okay. Orient the fans with the cables run from the corners in the center. The side of the fan without the sticker must be facing up. Yep, got it. Okay, so we're just matching photos here. I can follow pictures. Pretty good at that. So this one's going like that. And this one is going like that. Okay. Scary. Yeah. Thanks, nice. I won here 4 or 5 times. Yeah, there's R&D range drawing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it definitely blows my mind because I've had a few times where the same person has won in really short, like, I mean, weeks apart. I think the most I've had was one person won 3 times in a matter of a couple months. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, so this feels okay. This makes sense. This makes sense. So this is going like this. Wait, no, this doesn't make sense. Okay, so thermistor is sticking up like this. I am confused momentarily. There's no holes. Oh, there is holes on the outside. There's only one hole. Okay. Okay, I'm not really worried about aligning things until I've got the screw going in. So let's just kind of place things right there. So we have got screws going in the corners, and these are M330s. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, talking about RNG and random, like, it's the thing with, like, gambling, where someone might think, like, oh, if I just keep playing, my time has to come, but I'm like, that's not really the way that the numbers work, you know? Your time might come, but it sure could just as well and more likely than not come, you know? So, yeah, it's good old random. Okay, so let's, I don't understand, there's no screw hole here. I messed up. It all makes sense now. Prusa didn't change their part. I installed the thermistor backwards. There is, look. I didn't realize there was holes on both sides. You've got these little slotted holes that are close together for the zip ties, and you've got these guys for the screw holes, and I did the wrong thing. So let me correct that. So I need to take this thermistor back out carefully. Okay, so if it's going out, let me go back a front. Let me go back a page. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. It's really hard for me to get focused when I'm so zoomed in. So we are going from the bottom, whoop, down like this, and then come on. Okay. I don't love to touch these. I think it's okay to touch these ones actually. I know with the older thermistors, like the bulb type, the oils in your fingers could really damage them. I don't think it's as big of a deal with these guys. I hope not, because I've touched the crap out of this one. Okay, so that's back. Let's do the zip tie thing again. Zip tie goes like this. Come on. Come on, zip tie. What are you doing to me? There we go. Okay. So now things look correct. We need to flip this around. And it's going to go in like this. There we go. Now all the universe makes sense. Very confused there for a second as to why things were not aligned up. Ooh, my stomach is growling. I'm getting very hungry. Okay, I'm just kind of loosely tightening them in right now. All right, let's not go too tight. Wait, was I already supposed to feed the cables in before I did this, or no? No, okay. I assume, oh, wow. Cool. I think we're probably gonna call it here. We got done with, it looks like the full back panel basically. Oops, just threw some stuff. Hold on. All right, so our board is installed, our power supply is installed, the cooling or exhaust fans in the thermistor on the back is installed, and we got the base put together. I feel like we kicked some butt today. I don't know if that's, I mean, we did have, like, early on I hit some pretty big side quests as far as my topics that I was discussing, but I feel like we did pretty good. I'm curious to see, just for fun here, let's look at the next little bit here. So we are putting together, oh dude, we're going vertical. That is exciting. Look at that, the back panel. Oh, nice. Thank you, man. Thank you for we got 5 gifted memberships. Let's do... I need some more sound effects. We'll do that on Squirrel. Let's see. Mouth's got one. Jim Skinner. Mate got one. KCMO got one. And Hybrid Robotics. Cool. Thank you, nice. So yeah, we're going vertical next. We're doing the back panels, or the back like side pieces, and then connecting the back panel to it, which is awesome. We'll start getting some height. And then a ton of, okay, these are the rivets going in there. Rivets, terminal stuff. Okay, we're attaching the screws for the terminal. Hello! I'll be expecting this pull in 26 months. You got it, man. Thank you for the support, buddy. Gotta run, have a great night. Yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Have a great night. Just doing a little bit of check-in on what we're doing. So finishing up some back panel stuff. What is this guy? Some more cable. Okay, so we're gonna be running our stepper motor cables. So quite a bit of electronics next week, it looks like. Routing of cables, pulling cables through the base. Bunch of grounding. Wow, a lot of electrical stuff next week. I think that's primarily what we'll be doing next week, is putting the back panel on and then securing it and going through all this electrical stuff. We'll see, we'll try to speed run this. Yeah, we'll try to speed run that as much as possible, but awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out today and listening to me talk about nightmares and fish tanks. And that sounds like a metal band. Nightmares and fish tanks. I would listen to a band called Nightmares and Fish Tanks. Just saying. Thank you guys all for hanging out. I hope if you're somewhere where you are getting warmer weather the next week here, like I am, that you enjoy warmer weather. Maybe you can get outside and, I don't know, listen to the birds or something for a little bit, or go for a walk. Yeah, I don't really have much else I think to say. Congratulations again to Hobo. There will be a video out on Saturday. It will be a review of the Centauri Carbon 2. It's a very long review video. I think it's 31 minutes, so it is definitely like make some popcorn or put it on in the background maybe as like podcast. It's just real long. You see my post in Discord? I did not. No. I will definitely check though. I'll try to check Discord tonight if at all possible, depending on how late things get. Making sure nothing to Aaron. So y'all be good now. Have some great numbers. I hope you guys have a great week, and yeah, I will catch you guys next week. Take care. Bye.